大家好，我是康云. Hello everyone, I'm Kang Yun, aka Cloud, aka Cricket, and welcome back to Chang'e's journey through Boletaria. So it's been a little bit since I've done some live commentary. If everything goes as planned, this episode should be following some footage of me doing some co-op and PvP, of which I will do some post-commentary over. And the said co-op and PvP has given us pure black tendency in Latria and Valley of Defilement. And I did have pure black in Boletaria. Or maybe I was mistaken. Well, anyways, that's not a huge deal. I can just go die there once more to get pure black. But what I'm wanting to do then is farm the crystal lizard in Latria, the one right before the old monk boss fight. I'll show that in a moment. That won't take too long, which is why I have decided to show it on the screen. But the other lizards I will do off screen to get my Moonlight Stones, to get my Moon Winged Spear to +5. We shouldn't need too much more. I hope anyways. But before I do that, actually, I wanted to point out, because we've defeated 2 archdemons now, and once you defeat 1 archdemon, you can interact with the statue, and you can pay 2,500 souls. Now, I have quite a few souls from doing all the co-op and PvP. Well, you don't really get souls for PvP, but in co-op, I got a bunch of souls. So you can pay 2,500, and this is a one-time payment to unlock the statue, and here you can this is to ask for forgiveness, or I forget the word, but this function here, if you accidentally aggro an NPC, you can come back here, and I think you pay a set amount of souls, and they will no longer be aggroed. This sets the world into fractured mode. And fractured mode essentially is mirror mode, where the world is flipped horizontally. Everything is sort of on the opposite side. And you need to do fractured mode if you're wanting to get the ceramic coins, which are a new item that they added. And there are specific ceramic coins scattered throughout the game in every level. There's 2 in every world except Boletaria, I believe, has 5. So you can get a total of 13 every playthrough, but it requires pure black and pure white tendency for each world to get them. And they're in breakable objects. I've pointed it out a few times earlier in the playthrough. And there's a secret door in the game that's been added. And in order to get the key to that door, you need to have 26 of these ceramic coins. So essentially you need to play through... You need to do at least 2 playthroughs where you get pure black and pure white tendency in all the worlds, and have it in fractured mode to get all the ceramic coins. I mean, you don't... I guess if you have maybe seen my earlier Let's Play where I kind of... it was a less focused Let's Play. I went through and searched for all those coins without using any sort of guide, just try to finding them. And then this option is to, you pay, I think... Oh, they changed it. You used to have to pay souls. They must have changed that, I don't remember, but apparently you don't have to pay the souls anymore, but you can edit your character's appearance if you wanted to, which I don't want to do that. But so yeah, from that statue you can access fractured mode, alter your character's appearance. Notice that you cannot. I can change her name, but I cannot change her class or her I cannot change her class or her starting gift. Obviously, you could. I guess you can. You can change their body type or sex. I guess. Which in that case, I can't wear any of that armor because that's all female only armor. But yeah, that's how you alter your character's appearance. You cannot respec through that. The way to respec is done a little bit differently. It's sort of a workaround to that. But doing that co-op, or doing that PvP rather, and invading and killing some players, we've gotten pure black tendency, as you can see, on our character. So, and you notice that although I do have the cling ring on, my HP is quite a bit smaller because there is actually a hidden tendency in the Nexus, and it will stack with my character's tendencies. So if I take off this cling ring, you see we have only 40% of our max HP. I was talking about this earlier, but that is a thing in this game. You do lose HP, max HP in soul form, for having black character and world tendency. But if you recall earlier, we killed that NPC Yurt. And if you have killed Yurt, and you noticed his dying lines are, Mephistopheles was right about you. If you've done that, and you've achieved pure black character tendency, as I've just shown, this NPC will show up in the Nexus, and this is Mephistopheles.
I can see that you have killed before. No one can blame you for that. Demon souls are too precious to relinquish. Perhaps a slayer like you would have an interest in my offer. I want you to kill Saint Urbain and his followers. You will be rewarded amply. Do we have an agreement? A reason? Ha! Just think of it as an opportunity to remove a competitor. Excellent. I have high expectations.
So if you've probably noticed, she's wearing the same set as me, the rogue set. And she's also wearing the gold mask. She's wearing the full set. We're not wearing the gloves or the gold helm, because we've traded the gold mask. But she'll task us. She gives us assassination missions, and we have to kill certain NPCs. And these NPCs would be the NPCs that Yurt would have killed had we not taken him out. And he kills one NPC for every boss that you kill. But we don't want to kill them just yet, because we do want to learn some more things from them if we can. Ideally, you want to save Mephistopheles' quest for the very end of the game, when you've learned all the spells and miracles that you've wanted to learn from the NPCs and completed all their quest lines up to the most part. Now, there are some cases where perhaps maybe you've killed them or they have died, because she does task you to kill Ostrava, and if he's already dead for one reason or another, on her assassination quest, when she gets to Ostrava, or she will just go past, like she won't even bother telling you to kill Ostrava. And you do get a reward for each assassination that you carry out, as she says, and 2 of those rewards are colorless demon souls. So if you want to get all 10 colorless demon souls, you have to do her quest line, and you have to kill the 2. There's 2 specific NPCs that will give you that. And there is as I mentioned, the allies ring is the reward for getting pure white tendency, and the last reward you get from her is the foe's ring. So if you want to get all the rings, you will have to do her quest line as well. But like I said, it's best saved for last. And we don't even have all the NPCs available to us to even assassinate. But I think the next thing on our list that we want to do... Oh, we want to go kill that crystal lizard a few times. I think we should be able to get it 4 times. We want to do that. And we'll warp to the final archstone because it's just outside the boss room. And I'm showing this because I just want to show that this would be how you would go about getting and we got 2 chunks and another pure. That's very nice. And you just gotta watch out for that mind flare. Because it's pure black tendency, he will more than likely one-shot me. And we can just warp here again and rinse and repeat. But you want to have the thief's ring on or cloak, and then just kill that lizard and get out of there, loot it and get out of there as soon as possible. If you die, it's not super big because it's just right there. So that's 1. That's 2. Got 2 more chunks. We did get a second. That was our second pure, because I do believe we got a pure on the lizard in 3-2. So that is really nice. And so that's 6 chunks we've gotten, and that was the 3rd time. So this should be the last spawn, because it's 1 spawn plus every boss you've killed, and we've killed all 3. You have to wait for the area to load in. Another pure, very nice. And we've gotten 8 chunks out of that plus a pure. Now I want to go kill the other lizard. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I don't want to spend too much time doing this, because I do believe we are in need of some shards of Moonlight Stone still. Maybe we're not. Let me go verify this. I don't want to do this needlessly. Let me just go to I guess I should have checked beforehand. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I am going to want to go kill those other 2 crystal lizards, but I don't want to have to do that during this episode if I don't absolutely have to. My main objective here is to getting this spear to +5.
Never be a blacksmith.
Oh, we are in need of some more shards, so we will want to go kill that lizard. Okay. Yeah. Oops. And I would use Evacuate, but we can just use the Archstone to warp right to Latria. So we need 4 more shards, which hopefully is only... Hopefully I only have to kill it... I would like once, but I don't know if it'll drop 4 shards. I feel like I'll have to kill it twice. Well, it's okay. I guess you guys can see what you would want to do to upgrade this, and then we're gonna do the same thing once we once we beat the final boss in the Shrine of Storms, we're going to turn that world back to pure black. And... oh, well... well, if we're lucky, maybe we'll get some shards from these prisoners. And we're not lucky. Or wait. No. Okay. Oh, we're dead. I probably should have used the R2 attack. I hit him and he just was knocked out of my range. Well, it gives us an opportunity for more shards. Which will, if we do manage to get one or two. Oh, there's one. We hopefully then don't have to kill that lizard twice. So hopefully that lizard drops 3. We'll go right for the backstab this time. Oh. It was uncalled for. Okay. And do keep in mind that if you turn a world black after you've already killed the primeval demon and all the bosses and the Black Phantom NPC, like in this case it'd be Rydell. If you've already killed all those things, and the world is pure black, you will not be able to get it. There's 3? Okay, so that should put us at 6. And it does. Wonderful. So we can leave this place and go get our spear to +5. And I think we'll level up, because we do have quite a few souls. We'll upgrade the spear and then we'll level up. But yeah, you won't be able to get it out of pure black unless, of course, you... Now, you couldn't do this in the original game. But in the remake, if you are body form, if you're human, if you have your body, you can turn on a password and you can still get invaded if you have a password on, even with the boss dead. And if you are able to kill enough invaders, if you're assuming you get invaded, or you could have a friend put their red summon sign down for you and you could just kill them, you can get the world back to pure white that way.
What do you need? If it be a blacksmith.
I guess I should repair my gear. Doing all that PvP. Oh, I think somebody hit me with a scraping spear in PvP. That's probably why that was so expensive. Alright. And that gives us quite a bit more scaling and damage overall. We do still want to get our crescent rapier to +5 and our mercury spiral rapier.
All done.
But 339 is our attack rating on the moon wing spear now, which is quite nice. And for the time being, I've decided that I'm going to stop leveling my character at level 80. So we are level 59, so we don't need all that many more levels to get to level 80. And she should be outside of Stonefang. There she is.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
I think we want to get 40
Let
magic.
strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Let me see here. Oh. We need 16 faith for second chance. And then we need... So that would put us... Yeah, that works. That's... Okay, so 16 faith will give us 2 miracle slots, which will allow us to attune second chance. Because that's really, apart from evacuate, the only miracle that I'm going to be using. And then we will have 40 magic and 20 vitality. And we'll be at level 80 then. So I'm going to hold off on the faith just yet. I'm going to get to 40 magic first to increase our damage from our spells and our weapons. So that puts us at level 63.
Art thou finished?
And our moon spear is at 345. Wonderful.
Hello, I'm keeping a close watch.
Let's just deposit all this stuff.
You have a heart of gold.
And we just repaired our gear, so we don't need to do that. But I do want to attune a different spell.
Bravo! You have brought more demon souls to me. Thank you. You are a fine magician. Let me pass on further arts of the wand. I am one step closer to the essence of the demon soul. Our human potential is great.
We don't have any demon souls to give him. But rather than use homing soul mass, I'm gonna go with soul ray and I'm gonna try this. I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna try it. We'll try Poison Cloud.
Bring me more demon souls when you can. I patiently await you, my fine magician friend.
Okay. And we'll want the wooden catalyst. And we do have pure white in Shrine of Storms, which we I will take out this last boss here, and then I will showcase the pure white world tendency events in the Shrine of Storms, which there's not really, it's not that much to deal with. But you see how much more health we have. We don't have as, because we have pure black tendency, we still have, I think, like a small punishment, but if you're anything above black tendency, you don't get that penalty to your HP in the world. But this is just very straightforward. Like the only I think the monk is one of the only worlds outside of Boletaria where the final boss has a gauntlet of enemies leading up to it. But this is a really I really like this boss. And I do enjoy these sound effects that they have added for the remake, so I'm gonna be quiet here for that. So this boss fight is the Storm King Fengbao Wang, and it's a very unique fight in that you can't directly attack the boss, and the boss won't even come down for you to be able to hit it until you take out, I think, 10 of these storm beasts, these smaller ones. And I want Soul Ray. Because I want to be able to shoot these guys down. Now, if you don't have magic, I'll show you what you would do. I'll cast Cloak here. And you want to run. This is assuming if you don't have magic or a bow or ranged attacks. But if you're following my playthrough and playing along with how I'm playing, you should have these spells. Now there's 2 crystal lizards here we don't want to kill yet because we only want to kill them in pure black. But there's a sword here. And this is the Storm Ruler. This is the sword that renders the sky that you will use to fight. And I'll show it. You use this sword to kill these storm beasts and fight the boss if you don't have a ranged weapon. And this sword will deal more damage than a bow if you're not a full dex character with lots of arrows. But I love those sound effects. So this is the Storm Ruler. It has only 10 durability, but it doesn't have any requirements or any scaling. And if you two-hand it, well, we didn't equip it, I guess. Unless we should equip it. If you two-hand it, it will use all of your stamina, unless you have like a ton of stamina. And it shoots out a ray of wind that can kill these guys with. Now, like I said, once we get 10 of them, the king will come down and you can engaged in... And he should be coming down now. And you can hide behind multiple different things, but a good place to hide is inside this broken hut. And here comes the king. And he shoots a barrage. He shoots a barrage of, if you can see that, they're like infant storm beasts. Let's see if we can't get a closer look at them. Yeah, see? They're like those spears that the storm beasts themselves shoot at you, but they're like... He's basically shooting its young at you. It's kind of strange. But... On the wiki, it says he's weak to poison, but I don't know how you would actually poison him. And he does he comes down from one side, and he'll come down the other side, and it's pretty straightforward. You just have to dodge. We'll try to poison him again. It's not seeming not getting that to work, so probably give up on that soon. Try once more. I'd like to take out these last few storm beasts. And if you're not behind cover, you can dodge them. I want to take this guy out. And we'll try to poison him once more. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. So what you want to do if you have magic is just shoot him with your magic. He's out of my range, but we'll stop messing around with Poison Cloud. I just wanted to test that and see if you could actually poison him. Maybe you could throw kunai at him. I guess I'll try testing the kunai. And we should be wearing the magical sharpness ring. Yeah, but he doesn't have a lot of health, and we're doing way more damage with our magic. Oh, we used all the kunai on the and we got him. 3 shots from the Soul Ray. I think it was 3. 53,328 souls with the silver bracelets and Ring of Avarice. And we are in pure white, so you do get less souls in pure white. But that's the Storm King. Maybe in another playthrough, if I think of it, I'll bring some kunai and I'll try to poison him. Because I've never done that before. Those things drop Cloudstone, which if you can't like if they drop something and you can't reach it, don't worry too much. It's just Cloudstone, which is frankly not very useful. Now, in the original game, it wasn't really storming here. Like, they didn't have the fidelity to actually showcase that. And for killing this Storm King, we get the Storm Demon Soul and a pure Cloudstone. And there is a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And over here, we can get 2... I think it's 2 chunks. Yeah, 2 chunks of... or 2 Cloudstone chunks. And if those lizards disappear, don't worry too much. As long as they don't fall off the edge. Because we'll come back and get them once it's pure black. There's some Cloudstone from one of those storm beasts. And that is that. And with that, we can go die in Boletaria to get pure black. One of the quickest ways to do this is just run into the fire here from the first Archstone. And then you can retrieve your souls. And we'll go level up again. The Storm Demon Soul cannot be made into a spell. You can make a miracle with it, and the miracle is Anti-Magic Field, which is good for faith builds, but not for magic builds, because if you cast it, you cannot cast spells. It doesn't affect cooperators or allies, but anybody around you, NPCs who can cast spells, including enemies, and the Fool's Idol, actually, will be prevented from casting a spell from a minute if they're within radius of you.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me.
And the other thing that can be made from the Storm Demon Soul is the Morion Blade. It's if you have a straight sword weapon, I think the easiest one to make it with is a short sword. You make it +8, and then you could turn it into, using the Storm Demon Soul, you can turn it into the Morion or Morion Blade, which is a good sword for us. And that's perfect. Gives us 40 magic.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Art thou finished?
Gives us 40 magic, and
I'm keeping a close watch.
then we'll focus on faith and vitality. And we can deposit the Storm Ruler. Deposit those arrows. We still need to upgrade a bow. We'll be doing that at some point. We don't need the full moon grass. Or new moon grass, rather. We don't need... well, actually, that's not a bad... We might want to buy more spice.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
But let's now, I'll go show you. Yeah, Boletaria is pure black now. I'll show you the pure white tendency events in the Shrine of Storms now. So if you remember in Pure Black, when we first spawned into the beginning of the level on the island's edge, there was the Black Phantom Satsuki.
You seem to have your head about you. Come here. I have a proposal for you. Do not be afraid. You have much to gain.
Yeah, so his body form will be here in pure white, and he'll beckon you to come talk to him. I've talked about this in my other playthrough. Other people have talked about it. It's pretty ridiculous that they have gone with the design choice they did in giving him an outdated stereotype mustache. But we won't get into that kind of talk. Just know that I think this is one of the poorest design choices in the game.
I am Satsuki. I seek a keepsake of my father. Have you seen the sword inscribed Makoto? I will offer you demon souls if you can help me find it.
Yeah, so he asks you for the sword Makoto, which Makoto in Japanese means genuine or true, which has the same meaning, Chang'e, and because if you look at the subtitles, yeah, Chang'e is the first character there in the parentheses.
The Makoto is no sword for the faint of heart.
So he asks you if you've seen that sword.
The Makoto chooses its master. But be warned. The Makoto is no sword for the faint of heart.
Yeah, so he wants you to find that sword, and you can get the Makoto or the Chang'e or the genuine sword. I guess the Makoto, if you look at the description of the sword, it's the name of a giant. But you have to go to the second part of the level in order to get the sword. And we've seen it. If you remember when we came down here when we freed Saint Urbain, there was an item on top of this platform that we couldn't access, and that was the Makoto. And when you come here in pure white, you'll be able to actually access it. And we can drop down, and now it's on the ground. And there it is. And I just want to quickly look at this character here, the first one. And in English they call it the magic sword. Makoto. And in Chinese, it looks like that character Yao Dao. Yao, that first character, means goblin, witch, devil, bewitching, enchanting, monster, phantom, or demon. So I'm assuming it means like the evil or enchanted or bewitched sword, Chang'e. Yeah. It talks about the giant named Chang'e, which the sword is named after this giant. And what's unique about this sword is when you equip it, it drains your HP slowly. It requires 18 strength and 13 dex. We can, I think, yeah, we'll be able to two-hand it. It doesn't scale at all, but you see when we equip it, it slowly drains our HP. And it's got this unique serration on it that causes it to do quite a bit of bleed. This is a good sword to use if you're wanting to inflict bleed. It inflicts the strongest bleed in the game. At unupgraded, it has 327 bleed, which we see the second, like, one of the, I think the strongest bleed when a weapon is made tearing, you can have 360. So this thing almost has a full tearing amount of bleed, full tearing weapons amount of bleed unupgraded. And when you upgrade it to +5, it has 600 bleed, which will do 10 damage per second for a full minute. It doesn't scale at all, like I said. It's got low durability like all the katanas, 5.5 weight. And it drains your HP, which the HP drain is useful if you're trying to set up hyper mode, which the Marian Blade, as I mentioned earlier but didn't finish talking about it, the Marian Blade, when you are at below 30% or below max HP, it gives you a 60% attack boost, which will stack with the Clever Rat's Ring to give you a total of 140% attack boost, which is very strong, and that's what you would call full hyper mode. And a way in which you can set it up, be it slowly, is to let the sword drain your HP. So he wanted that. He wanted the sword. Now, we can go back there and talk to him again. There's a couple different options. If you go there and talk to him with the sword in your possession, he will attack you for it. He will immediately attack you if he sees you're in possession of the Makoto. But if he sees that, if you have it in your inventory, but not equipped, he'll ask for it.
You have found the Makoto, have you? Bless your good fortune, and, well, good work. Now, just hand Makoto over to me.
If you choose no, I'm pretty sure he might give you some more dialogue, but then he will attack you for it. And if you choose yes...
Yes. This is she. This luster, it's finally mine. But could this sword really be as deadly as they say? There is only one way to find out.
He attacks you with the sword. And we have a fully upgraded moon spear, but I don't have a lot of stamina. But we get to hear his dialogue, so that was cool that we actually did die to him. So, but yeah, he'll attack you on sight now, just like his Black Phantom, but he has far less HP than his Black Phantom. And it's pretty easy to parry. And if you give him the Makoto and you kill him, he'll drop it. If you don't give it to him and you kill him, he drops nothing. His Black Phantom drops the Hiltless, which you can get in the second part of the level as well. So either way, as long as... Now, if you, for whatever reason, you're trying to cheese him and he falls off a cliff edge, I don't believe you'll actually get the Makoto. You'll be locked out of getting it because it won't respawn. Because if you... Normally, when you kill an NPC from knocking them down, you can reload the game and their drop loot will be where they spawned in. But that seems to work a little bit differently because it's an item that you give him, and he won't necessarily drop it all the time if, like, say you didn't give it to him. So I don't know. That's a little bit weird, but now like I said, we wanted to get this world back to pure black, and it's still pure white, but killing Satsuki, his body form, drops the tendency by -3, so we'll go back to neutral now when we warp out of here. Which is good, though, because it will mean we'll have to die here less times to get it back to pure black, which we want. As I said, yeah, see, now it's no longer sparkling like Stonefang is. It's back to neutral, so. So that's all the pure white tendency events there. It's not all that much. It's just the little quest with Satsuki and his sword Makoto. And that done, we really only have to do the Valley of Defilement. We have to go through the second part and do the pure black world of tendency events there. We've done all of Latria. I want to get Shrine of Storms back to pure black and farm the crystal lizards off. And I think so next time I'll show getting those 2 crystal lizards in the Shrine of Storms, probably once it's pure black. I'll farm the rest of the crystal lizards in Latria, and then we'll begin our way through the Valley of Defilement. And once we do that, we'll finally proceed into Boletaria, and we'll finish up that. So, I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope it was entertaining for you. It was really just the one boss, and then the pure white tendency events, and a lot of sort of explanations. But in any case, if you did enjoy, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already. And I will see all of you next time on Chang'e's journey through Boletaria. Umbasa.